Jared Goff is calling for the playoffs. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. For those of you just joining, my name is Jay. Thanks for hanging out. This is a Detroit Lions YouTube channel for you and for me to get off all the thoughts that I'm thinking about our boys in Honolulu Blue. Yesterday, Jared Goff made a very interesting comment regarding the 2021 season coming up for the Lions. Before we roll into it, two things. Number one, you can get your very own Let's Talk Lions hat over at the link that you find down below. Secondly, there are generally two different types of Lion camps, with a third in between. But the two general camps are, A, you're just a Lions hater, even as a fan. They've just hurt you so much that you can't help but hate them. Or B, you're sucking down Kool-Aid every day. There's the haters, the Kool-Aid drinkers, and the fine line in between is you're longing to be great, but you really know who you are. That's me. I want the playoffs. Are you kidding me? I want the playoffs terribly. I want that W in the playoffs. To the point where in the freezing cold, I'd be running down Main Street here going nuts with my Lions flag, and people would call the local authorities. And then they'd show up and they'd be like, "We agree with what you're doing." They would join me. We'd exchange numbers. Next thing you know, one of them's a dragon-born druid in my next campaign. Of course I want it. Of course I want the playoffs. However, I'm not going to beat a dead horse because A, that's just mean. But when you look at it, 2021 is not our year. It's not the year that the Lions go to the playoffs. I do not see that, judging by the trajectory of everything that we've watched unfold. Our wide receiver core, brand new GM, brand new coach. Is it possible? Absolutely, all things are possible. However, I don't think that 2021 is the Detroit Lions year. Now, this rolls straight into what Jared Goff had to say yesterday. Jared Goff said this: "I don't know what the stat is, but every year there's new teams in the playoffs. Every year there are teams that were in the playoffs last year that aren't. Why not us? Why can't we be the one that wasn't in last year that is in this year?" Again, it starts 1 week at a time. Internally, our expectations are as high as anyone else. Now, just some thoughts. First and foremost, great leadership by Goff. I mean, as the starting quarterback, if you're not coming out saying, "We're gunning for the playoffs, I don't care," at that point, I mean, why are you here? You're just padding stats. At least you are publicly saying, "We're going for the gold," whether or not you really even believe it, whether or not he really even believes it. However, I gotta say this, Goff is a winner. He is. Goff's a winner. 3 playoff wins, went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, he lost, but he went to the Super Bowl. Michael Brocker's a winner. Our coaching staff built on winners. The Detroit Lions have done an excellent job at bringing in winners. You may not believe it, but Sheila Ford Hamp herself is also a winner. So from the top down, you have these individuals that want to win, that have winning in their blood. Can they take that and translate it here in Detroit? Because listen, past accolades don't mean anything in the current situation that you're in if you're not getting it done. And Goff is right. There are surprise teams every year that surprise analysts, surprise Vegas, surprise everybody that, hey, they never should have been here, and yet they are, or the chances were quite slim. And when you have winners leading the charge, speaking like this, building up the young, hey, it could happen. I salute Goff for being so bold, for coming out here with that winning mentality and saying, we could get it done. Why not us? Why can't it be us? And I salute him for it. That's good leadership. One thing that I truly love about this whole situation is the fact that Jared Goff is coming from LA, right? He's coming from a winning culture. He doesn't have the stigma of Detroit. You played in Detroit. You played for the Lions on his back. He's coming in here with a fresh mind. Now, where realistically, we're not a playoff caliber team by any means, I do love the approach. I love the inspiration. I love him trying to breathe a winning cultural life into this locker room. But now, okay, this is where we gotta be realistic, where we are the fine line in between and we say, oh, let's just slow it down here just a second. We're in a division with Aaron Rodgers still leading the Green Bay Packers. It's going to be a tough one to win. Wild card is really the only option, and still even that is a distant glory. It's like looking up and seeing the great white city Minas Tirith in the distance. A lofty, beautiful goal. But before we can even really think about playoffs, before we can dunk our head in the blue Kool-Aid and get amped on it, man, I just want to see an excellent defense. I want to see us shut down the run. I want to see us pressure the quarterback. Competent coaching, Goff hitting his targets, our O-line making holes for our running backs to weave in and out of. I want to see a competent team. Yes, you gotta shoot high, you gotta aim for the stars, whatever. However, I think there's also a realistic approach that we have to take, that I want to take, and I don't want Lions fans getting way too hyped way too soon about playoffs when is this team under a new regime even going to be competent? We gotta slow the roll. All of it leads me to this. Playoffs are not in the cards for us this season, I don't believe. However, I hope more than anything, Goff proves me wrong, that our boys prove me wrong. Yeah, I want to be in the playoffs. I don't see it as a probability. However, I hope that I am proven wrong so badly. And in the end, I'm not mad at Goff at all for going out on a limb and calling for the playoffs. I'm not mad at that because, man, that's a guy who is built on a winning culture, who wants to win, who knows what it means to win, has won, and says, yeah, we could do it. Why not? Why not us? He doesn't have the stigma of Detroit stuck on his back. Well, I love that Goff is coming in here saying that doesn't apply. That doesn't mean anything to me. And he has the end in sight. He has the goal in mind. And I do love that. It's a matter of balancing and understanding. I love that we're shooting for it. However, let's be realistic. Let's pull it back and let's just understand that if we could just look like a competent team, come together with chemistry and coherency and play the game of football well, then we are doing leaps and bounds, light years ahead of what we have been for the past 3 seasons. How do you guys feel about the comment? Is it something that is irritating to you, or is it something that's inspiring to you? Are you excited about it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know. As always, I'll continue to keep you updated as the cuts start rolling out later. That is it for now, and I will catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.